All right, I think we're good. Fingers crossed. So, welcome back to a thrilling installment many weeks removed of Mecha-Mondays. I am your intrepid pilot, Fragath, and today we're going to do something a little teensy bit different, slash perfectly in keeping with what we tend to do here. Oh good, it is picking that up. Nice, except it's not picking up audio. That's bad. Ah, there we go. Weird. Okay, so this is Dual Gear. Dual Gear is a game that seeks to bring sexy back again, and by that I mean strategy RPG mecha combat, which is a sorely neglected genre, uh, and I blame Square Enix. That's still really loud. Give me a sec. It does not like me doing that. It doesn't like me doing that one bit. Please don't die on me. Yes, it works. Rejoice and be merry. Um, so this is good. Off to a good start. So I had made, so it had been, gosh, like 2016? Yeah, 2016-ish. Um, when they held their Indiegogo backer campaign, and I participated in that, and said, "Hey, I want in on this. I want another front mission type game." They had a sort of a proof of concept demo at the time, which I had played, and was like, yes, yes, front mission, but if you played it like you do Valkyria Chronicles. So I was like, yes, this is how it's meant to be, yes. And then basically the devs came out with a couple updates to that. They came out with a backer alpha, which had some updated stuff, but was largely the same. And then pretty much radio silence for like 2 years. And then they started making actual headway. Like they'd post the occasional like update, but mostly it was like, oh, here's these new assets we've worked on, etc. Um, and so I was beginning to lose hope. But as in all good dramatic twist type stories, they were like, oh, well, guess what? We actually have done work. We're moving on to beta because we think we have the basic core gameplay pretty much sussed out. There's still tons to add, and I will note that this is still super early in development. This is still quite early, but they came out finally with a beta for backers, and they're going to actually have it available for Steam Early Access, I think on the 29th, one day before Gundam Extreme vs. Max Boost On comes out, which is questionable timing, but there's not that much niche overlap there? Question mark? Arcade arena fighter versus strategy game. So when they came out with the beta of this, I played a bit of it and was like, oh, this is rad. The first mission is soul-destroyingly brutal. It is hard. Like that took me 5 or 6 tries to get through, and it's not because I'm bad. I am bad, but I'm not that bad. No, it actually requires you to basically whip out every dirty trick in the book that you can come up with. So in order to start a new game, I had to erase all my save data for some reason. That seems like a questionable design decision, but feedback, that's why it's a beta. Early beta, it's practically alpha. Um, it is definitely designed for controller. Like a lot of the button prompts are going to be wonky for keyboard. You can't change key bindings yet, and a whole bunch of other stuff. You can't change audio volume either, which is why I'm having to do that manually the hard way. Oh, I don't want that. This is this gonna be what breaks it? It's in that already. I'm gonna crank it up to epic, even though that doesn't do much. Anti-aliasing, yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna turn off VSync. like that. Does that do much? Other than probably tank performance. Because right now nothing's happening. This is a glorified still image at this point. I'm gonna turn on 2x anti-aliasing. As I recall, performance kind of lugs. I'm gonna leave those where they are. I'll leave texture quality high because we want to look at the pretty robots. So that is about it. The written text language is in English, though you will not recognize it as your English. The voice language is in Japanese. The developers, I believe, are Thai or Malaysian. Thai, I think. But they're passionate about their giant robots and or their piloted mecha, and that is why they are here. That is why this is being done right now. So without further ado, I'm gonna hopefully this is gonna put us into the beginning and the tutorial and the first mission. Sound balance is gonna be wonky. Like certain sound effects are obnoxiously loud, and the music can be a bit loud as well, and others are distressingly quiet. Um, but we'll do what we can do. I'll get us through the intro. There's going to be a long text crawl. I'm not going to be able to read it aloud. It goes by too quickly. It is hilarious how quickly it goes by, and it's like a timeline. So I'm just probably going to stay silent because I will not be able to read the whole thing aloud. I couldn't even read the whole thing reading it, and I have a fast reading time. So it's kind of nuts. So without further ado, Hidari stickete. So that's loud. We're doing this with mouse and keyboard right now, so everything they're saying is lies. And unfortunately, you can see it says press A to go next, and they do not mean the A button on my keyboard. They mean left click, apparently. Um, you'll notice very loud noises. This is with the volume cranked down via my streaming program, and it is still soul destroying. Remember, all pilots are scheduled to be retrained once a week. Oh. Loud noises incoming. So things are pretty basic. I didn't even notice the first time going through that there was an option to switch which weapon you were gonna shoot with. So here we've got two SMGs or whatever on our very Wanzer looking robot a la front mission. It's got, you can see its dinky little ankles. It's got thick thighs, which save lives. It's got a protruding mecha crotch, which, as we all know, is extremely important to successful mecha design. I think we can establish this. That's why the Barzam is so powerful in Zeta Gundam, even though it's a Mook. It has a protruding crotch gun. Squat, you could barely even see the head. I don't even know why the head is there. It's a main camera. It's not even a head. You've got spindly arms that exist solely to hold guns. Um, but yeah, they want us to move to the checkpoint. But yeah, You've got normal strike. We'll cycle through our skills, which is all we can do right now. They start you off with pretty much diddly. This is just the tutorial, and we have even less than diddly. When we start the actual first mission, we have 3 people with about diddly. You'll see. We'll get there. Fair warning, I am probably going to fail the first mission a couple times before I get it right, because there is no small amount of luck involved in my success. Man, that... What is that called? The effect where it gets brighter and then dimmer, depending on where you're looking. That light effect. Clunk, 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 clunk. The soundtrack is also pretty killer. It's very late 90s. Press RT button to emming. You'll notice they need like several passes through the English. Press RT button to aiming the target first, and press RT again to release firing. They mean actually shoot. However, when I do that, they mean left click. So that expands our radius. Okay, it's saying I'm locked on, but you have to aim manually. Like it, you have to. You, this is important. So I don't think they describe any of this particularly well. It's all mostly done visually, which is important. And I'll try and describe it all. So action points are the things that let us perform actions. GP is the amount of juice we have in the battery per turn. Traditionally, I would think of it like if you're accustomed to other SRPGs, strategy games of this sort, like XCOM, for instance. XCOM is a really good example where basically everything is AP, everything is action points, and everything costs a certain amount of action points. This has 2 different resources that you're dealing with. You have action points and GP. GP is your basic moving around stuff, and actions also cost a certain amount of gauge. If you look at the gauge, the ring, and I'm pointing at it on my screen, like you can see that. If you look at the robot and you see this like cyan light blue half ring around it, that's the visual representation of your GP gauge. If you look on the right hand side, you see that it's got a yellow bit there. That's how much it's going to cost to shoot. Actually, you can see if you look at the GP bar where up underneath the weapon icon, way up at the top left, you go down action point, attack, bonus attack, range, and then GP usage. That shows the same information there with a different visual. So that's how much it's going to cost in terms of it's going to take 1 action point and it's going to take that much GP. There is not a direct correlation between number of action points and amount of GP cost. That depends on the action, and you'll see that later. Very, very loud. Okay, give me 1 sec. That's too loud. There's got to be a way I can change that. Oh, yeah, mixer in Windows. Yes. Yes. There you... Oh, that's already cranked way down. Okay, let's drop it in half then. Is that gonna help? Then I can bump up my... Oh, that's still pretty freaking loud. So by default, you start off with... I don't think that really shrank the volume any. By default, you start off with 2 action points. Now, there are some practical reasons to choose your left versus your right weapon. We'll get into that. We'll get into that in the first mission. There are oh boy. The first mission is something special, and I like it because it is something special. So what I'm going to do, so all these guys, so they're saying, do pay attention to how you're moving because it costs AP to move, or GP to move, and costs GP to perform actions. And positioning is important. That is, they are going to hammer that home. Not now, but later. What I'm going to do is, you also have like an awkward amount of momentum when walking. There's also, I call it skating. I don't know what their term is, skating or zipping. I didn't want to do that. Not quite. That's what I wanted to do. Did that hit the guy behind him? No, it did not. That's still really loud, but it's a little better. You gain experience, you gain credits. Wheel boosting is what they call it. I call it skating because that's what it looks like. You looks like you're skating. Move faster by wheel boosto. Press X button to active the command. More GP consumption required, but you move quick. And that can actually be relevant. The actual speed that you're moving is relevant. Right now, you're not going to see it, but you are going to see it the first mission. Because bullets have travel time. Things can aim and shoot at you while you're moving and performing your turn. And doing wheel boost skating. I'm going to keep calling it skating. I don't care. Wheel boost will let you actually evade some of that sometimes. And it may or may not provide an actual statistical bonus. I don't know. Basically, if you're able to physically avoid being hit by a projectile, then none of the math in terms of the hit, miss, defend, blocked, whatever, none of that comes into play because it didn't hit you. So the game doesn't care. You took no damage. So moving is highly relevant. Moving and positioning are very important. I kind of hope that never changes, but it does allow you to do some things that you otherwise couldn't in a similar game. I have no more action points, I don't think. Oh no, I have 1 action point. They gave me a freebie. That's nice of them. This too shall pass. I don't know what X button actually is in this, though. Okay, it's shift. That's good. Now, which weapon you wind up using is okay. End action. After empty of energy, press Y to open end action panel and press Y to end unit roll, or change them to the next turn. I don't remember what button it actually is. I do know it's not what they told me. I know I need more action points. Is it middle mouse? Yeah, there we go. R to end. It says change unit, but yeah, they mean. Now, it says for you press E to prepare, R to cover, enter to unit end, T to turn end. We don't want a turn end. We don't want a unit end. I could not for the life of me tell you what the difference between prepare and cover are. I'm confident that one of those two is the equivalent of allowing you to activate Overwatch skills, like you would have in XCOM, because I know those skills are in the game. None of your characters have them, as far as I know, to start. But one of those two options will activate it, and I think the other acts as like a defend, but I couldn't tell you which it is. So I'm gonna hit E to prepare and hope that that's like the equivalent of blocking or guarding. It could be cover as well, I don't know. And the game doesn't at any point in time ever explain this. Ever. That's right, you have to hit to confirm. Now we have two other characters that you can select at will. So the character we were just playing as, I have termed the Lady, because I can't remember her name. Uh, this is, you will know him as, his name, okay, so her name is Alma Bright. This guy's name is Iwasawa Kenji, aka Shanky McStabstab, and you'll see why. And then this guy's name is AJ Gregg, aka Why Am I the Only One Who Actually Has Guns in the First Actual Mission? Also known as Shades McCool. Uh, these are all names that I have given them. This is the turn overview, map overview. It's kind of dodgy. But if I go to the enemy unit and go to unit, I can see its stats. Yeah, this turret has a GP generator gauge total of 15,000, which is quite a bit more than mine have. It has only 2 action points, though, and I have never seen it use both. Ever. So maybe it costs 2 in order to shoot. But it's a chain gun turret. Skills. Does it even show skills? I don't even know. I don't know yet what DDE link is. DDE, not DEE. Whatever I said was wrong. It doesn't matter. DDD, DDE link is some sort of multi-unit action per turn thing, I think. I haven't run into it yet. My guess is it's probably like if anybody ever played the game by Tri-Ace called Resonance of Fate, and I don't remember the original Japanese release title of that. I'm actually going to crank the volume up a little bit because it's not too insufferable right now, and the soundtrack is pretty banging, so banging soundtracks count for a lot in the world of Frag and Mecha-Mondays. Just don't freeze. I believe it's something like that, where you have multiple units taking an action basically at once, but I don't, or it's some sort of a over movement gauge or something. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't run into it yet. I know that's a thing. Okay, so we're gonna use Shanky McFisterson. And he's got guns. Don't worry about that. This too shall pass. You too shall remember what it was like to have a character with guns. He uses a lot of GP for some reason, and I don't know why. Just to shoot. We can probably hit the turret from here, and you can manually aim, for sure. If you can shoot it from range, you can hit it. Stuff like launchers, that's pretty loud. Stuff like rocket launchers are often require an actual lock-on to actually fire. I think it throws some more units at me at some point. So what I'm doing here is breaking a rule that I've set for myself for the upcoming mission, which is try to kill all units on screen at the late in a turn. And this is why. Or early in a turn, rather, sorry. And the reason for that is quite simple. Because if more enemies spawn, you're in deep, because enemies will show up and they will cause you grief. They will be able to shoot at you. Whereas, if I had skipped turns so that on the first action of my next turn, I killed that turret, these guys would show up and I'd basically have a full turn to kill them off early. And we're going to pretty much have to do that for the first actual mission. Otherwise, we take a whole lot of extra damage that we really can't afford. And you'll see why that's important when I get there. I promise. I'm gonna do R to cover. I don't know what that does, but we'll find out. And now we have Shades McCool, aka I listen to jazz on my off hours. Hell, he probably listens to jazz on his on hours. I don't know. They haven't gotten into characterization yet. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. It's now switching between weapons for some reason. Goofy. I couldn't tell you why it's set up like that. So you could actually use the broadness, the relative broad size profile of your gear, your mech, to make weapons work for you. So if you have two weapons, one on either hand, and you want to just be slightly peeking out of cover, if you tried shooting, if like in front of me was a wall that covered half my field of view and it stretched off to the left, and then on the right was open, if I tried to shoot with my left hand gun, the one that's blinking right now, you can see it blinking, it would shoot into the wall and it would be useless. But if I shot my right hand gun, it would go around the wall and it would hit that guy if I were to aim and shoot him right now, which I am going to do, but with my left hand gun because I'm capricious. So these are actual mechs that we're shooting. We have damaged him. And you can't really see it too well. It's not obvious. I can tell you what'll make it obvious though. When I go to the end turn screen. Okay, so he's still intact, but only barely. He has one functioning gun, and his torso will go down when I breathe on him next. I'm going to E-prepare. It's just going to go to the enemy turn. I can speed up the scene speed by holding enter. I'm not going to do that just yet. You can see his GP basically didn't go down. The AI cheats. Badly, the AI cheats. You'll see worse, don't worry. The first mission is so cruel. Yeah, you waddle at me, I dare you. Strike rattle. I don't know if that's supposed to mean like rattlesnake or what. Yeah, I'll have her go. Why not? I'll have her get the kill on this guy. So that thing that's open thruster, press direction plus R3 to active the command. I couldn't tell you what that is in keyboard talk. And I don't care because I'm shooting him to death. So that thing that was going beep, 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 with the line over my head, that's him targeting me during my turn. If you're within a certain radius of an enemy, they will do that. Valkyria Chronicles was kind of the same way, although it didn't have a beep, 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 beep as it was happening. It was just like, oh, here's this yellow line, the enemy's targeting me, and oh, that's why I'm taking damage, oh god. I should have used cover better. I'm going to shoot at this guy to damage him. I believe if you... I am under the impression, I should say, that facing does change the amount of damage you take, i.e. shooting at the back is a good idea. Shoot at the back, oh gosh. The front is better armored. If I am wrong on that, so be it. But that's how it feels. So, on the end of turn, which is coming now... let's see if it'll show... Yeah, here we go. If you look... Oh, God, that's a lot of information. So if you look at the bottom of that section, right below his foot, it says strike rattle, and then it's got a bunch of icons with differing colors on them. So when the icon is all gray, that means it is covered in armor. Where you see yellow, that's where armor has been peeled away. Where you see yellow where yellow is missing, that's where you've had actual structural damage, and they are close to losing the component. When you blow off a component, that's, you know, if you shoot it, if I hit his armor or his torso, and it winds up reducing that durability down to 0, he loses that limb. This unfortunately isn't true of a certain unit in the actual first mission, but we'll get there. Um, we'll get there. I keep hyping this up, and I may not do a good job on it because no, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. I don't really know who I want to get the experience for killing this dude, so I'm gonna go with this guy because he's gonna play a fairly valuable role. So right now the enemy is not targeting me or doing anything, but as soon as I aim at his booty, and I'll let it happen, he's gonna shoot at me like that, and it's really annoying, and I wish he wouldn't. So that did some damage to me, but we're gonna ignore it. So he only had 2 AP to do that with. So that happened. I can't target my teammates, but you can cause friendly fire, so don't do that. I believe turning way off askance does throw off how your aim winds up working, but I couldn't tell you how because I try not to let it happen. I can't tell which arm that is, so I'm gonna aim at this one. Oh, he did. Oh, he not dead. If you remove all weapons from an enemy, i.e. blow off both arms, and I think backpacks count. You can have backpack weapons later. That counts as disabling the enemy and a kill, basically, because the enemy's worthless. This is going to wind up not being totally true for you. You can lose all your weapons and still tootle the unit around. They're just, not able to inflict damage. And that's going to be real important, probably, for this actual mission coming up. Okay, so now we have like an intro text crawl, I believe. I wish I knew. I don't remember which dual points are versus bonus XP off the top of my head. Yeah, we get no items. I don't know how salvaging works yet. Oh, AJ leveled up too. How nice. Thanks, dude. You got Silver Narwhal Emblem. Excellent training, Captain Alma. Spriggan. Not Spriggan. That has 2 G's. No, Amy. These guys need more practice. It's just a training, Captain. You're not listening. Moron! What the hell you say, huh? No need to rushes up. Sweet times coming for both of you. What? What? Captain? Oh my. Oh my. Ellipsis. Captain Alma, about this operation. I feel not good about that. I'm sorry. Just my premonition, Captain. Just no worries, me. Their pilot skill is simple but not bad for the real operation. So harsh with a capital H. Ellipsis. Okay, it's time. Sir. After our Skyfish arrived at 6 divisions, we will take the land carrier to get into Star Maglev, sir. Okay, Amy. Amy? Seemed like we got the big package from space. So now I believe we get the timeline crawl text, and I like their VTOL jet, by the way. I think it looks classy. I may be alone, but I think it is a classy VTOL. Please don't die on me. Some of the load times are really dodgy. Like, the load time for initially booting up the game is oh, here we go. 2022, world beginning to recover from great pandemic from 2 years ago, but suffering by disequilibrium, but things structured us to be humankind. Make sense of that if you will. I'm not gonna try, it's too fast. I can't do it. I'll just let you listen. So, here we go. We're in New Zealand. So if you were able to read, it's going to automatically do this. I have no control over it. Huston, do you copy? We are coming at you. Ellipsis. Okay, guys, no time to talk. A shuttle from Bob L will arrive here. Don't forget the mission. Just believe me, I smelling our little dudes are coming. What? Loud noises! And that's with the volume cranked down. So loud. So loud. It's too fast? Whose did that? What? Just shoot everything before the shuttle arrives. Do not repeat. We talked a lot from the briefing. We need to fight these unexpected enemies fast. Well, we will. Our information that leaks out. Anti-THV warfare confirmed. Destroy all thin toys before shuttle arrived. There's, as far as I know, no time limit. Just, you know, getting shot to death or not getting shot to death. So this is where things get complicated. So what I'm going to do is, so if you were paying attention to, wait, are there 4? Who's the 4th? Huh? They're giving me Neil now for some reason? What? Something's changed, clearly. Okay, we're gonna ignore this man. I don't know what's going on here. He shouldn't be here. That I know of. So if you were paying attention or were able to read any of that fast scrolling text before, the basic premise and setting of the game is pretty, like, if you've gotten into some of the backstory of Front Mission, it's probably a little bit familiar. You know, we've got orbital elevators, we've got space stations, we've got general broad spectrum conflict and unrest throughout the world because that's traditional. There were also references to a Neil. This is presumably Neil, but he's not supposed to be here, I swear. Maybe they gave him, maybe they have toned the mission down since when I beat it, which would be a hell of a thing. But yeah, we've got a number of characters here to work with. Normally it's supposed to be only 3, but they, I guess, gave us 4. Maybe by accident. Part of me wants to take him just to see if he's actually got anything equipped. Because before he just, like, appeared out of thin air right at the end of the mission and does something relevant. So we've got to shoot all these things. What I'm going to do is actively avoid that one up there and that one down there with my main with this character. This one I'll leave to that guy. What I think I'm going to do, I mean, if they've given me 4 to work with, that gives me something, that's a huge advantage. Going into what'll happen at the end of defeating these. So I will have her then go for this one way out here. Actually, no, I'm going to have you take care of the one immediately proximate first. This one here. So he now... Okay. Select alternate skill for more effective on enemy. Each weapon are contained with various skills freely for player use, if you have them unlocked, which you don't right now. When using vertical missile, hold RT button while adjust the camera to lock on multiple target and then release. The way that works is you basically paint them. Think of it like if you've seen latter-day Macross series, They have like a retinal tracker that so the pilot will like manually track with their eyeball, you know, any targets that are in the area, and then the computer automatically dots them, and you'll launch them all at the targets at once. This is not going to be a day at the circus, though. We're not going to use missiles until the actual threat appears. And you will know it when it shows up. Instead, we are going to... yeah, we'll use the machine gun on this puppy right here. We may not be able to kill it outright, though. And I know if I skate towards him, he's going to shoot me. Now here you'll notice I don't have the up-down option anymore. That's because I have different weapons on each of my limbs. I'm going to actually go for a shotgun blast to this thing's face. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, actually, I might not be able to afford it. Okay, so that was not enough to kill it. I am now going to get closer. Got him. This is good. So I have, okay, item obtain. Enemies drop items, and unless something is changed, they only last till the end of the turn. So that means you have to strategize quite a bit in order to make an opportunity there, but unfortunately, what drops is random. A whole bunch of stuff did drop, though. I think one of these is ammo, one of them might be action points. Yeah, action points were in that. One action point. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kill or shoot at this thing. And what I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna try very hard to set things up. Yeah, there are indeed extra characters there. Very nice. I'm going to try and set things up so that I can kill this dude at the very beginning of whatever turn I'm going to have them killed on. Now what I'm going to do is that. Cover. It just works. Yeah, it's on my right, so I should be able to shoot him. That did deflect a bunch of my bullets, though, which is suboptimal, but... oh, do I have another? Oh, I do have two. Very cool. We didn't kill it, but we blew its armor off, so it'll go down whatever the next turn I come up with it. I deal with him on is. I'm going to E to prepare. Unless, of course, yeah, whatever. I am now going to use Shanky McStabberson here to take out, because they decide it would be a real cool idea to just give him melee weapons. Admittedly, I have these rinky-dink arm shoulder guards, which do actually absorb damage fairly handily. Well, they gave him rockets, too. I didn't know that. So they've just decided, let's give you an extra character and throw you a bone. Let's see if that lasts until the next turn. These, I think, both use 2 AP, though, is the problem. Okay, so this is... I'm still not 100% sure I understand how these work. So when you do a melee attack, you have a quick time event of some kind, but I don't know what constitutes doing it correctly versus incorrectly. I'm under the operating assumption that because it's a ring descending into another ring, that you want to do it within the rings and not outside of them. Sometimes that is harder than it sounds. I am not going to bother with the knife. The knife is worthless. Full stop. We are just going to hit things with the pile bunker. And unfortunately, we may not be able to because it's extremely expensive to use in terms of GP. Normal punch. So as you can see, the knife does 130 damage, and this does 1500. There's a slight difference. You may notice, the discerning eye may notice that there's a difference between these two numbers. Well, yeah. The knife does apparently have slightly longer range, which is good, I guess, but it's terrible. Like, if I swing at this with the knife, even with a good hit, it's not even going to take its armor off. It's not going to chip it much. It is not going to scratch the paint. So it's pretty much go with the punch or nothing. The pile bunker or nothing. And you can see the pile bunker. I'm looking at it. Pile bunkers are cool. They are traditional. All gritty, real robot style mechs should have a pile bunker somewhere in its armory. This is what I have proclaimed. Listen, if it's good enough for Bottoms, it's good enough for this. Seriously, watch Armored Trooper Votoms. It's really, really, really good. And Mellowlink, however that is. However that's localized. Watch Armor Hunter Mellowlink. It's really rad. Something, something, Dominoes, something. We're gonna walk at it and pray. Yeah, okay. He did. He shot me, but he didn't do much damage. These turrets, I don't know what ace attack means. Maybe that's killed it in one hit. Uh-oh. Oh, I forgot about this. That's right, it drops some extra turrets. So again, our basic plan... Missile sentries. Emphasis on miss. Hee, seem like the UNR is no longer for the orbital treaty. Captain, Alma, shuttle's almost to contact area. We have no time, sir. Copy that. Eye me. Don't worry. So he can't do anything now other than walk like 20 feet. Which is what we will probably do. Because I am very much out in the open at the moment. I'm going to actually try and juke over here behind this building. The missile launchers have a strong emphasis on that miss word. They are not accurate. But if they do hit you, you are going to be sad. You are not going to be a happy person. It's not nearly far enough. Okay. Let's do cover, I guess? I don't know. So what I'm gonna do now is use you before, you know, anything else happens. I don't think they're gonna let me keep him into turn 2. I do like the character art. I don't know who they got to do it, but it reminds me fondly of Tsutomu Nihei, where everyone looks just a little uncanny valley and weird. This dude looks like they copied Killy's face at a weird side profile and then gave him hair and combat armor. Okay, so here we've got tutorials, apparently. When using ground missile weapon, hold RT button to lock the target and release release the button to fire a missile. Listen, they don't have a dedicated translator yet, I don't think. They're just doing this by hand. Is this a vertical launch or is this a... Yeah, it's a vertical launch. So I've got both a horizontal and a vertical launch missile on this puppy, which is good. Those are good. I do think I probably want to conserve my vertical launch ammo, so we will go with a launch missile. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and take out these things as early as I can. What I'm going to wind up doing, because this is going to take, I think, longer than one turn to accomplish, is I'm going to wind up resetting my turn when there's just that sparking turret left and deal with that. I'm going to walk into range. Actually, can I hit him from here? Yeah, I can hit him from here. These you can't aim at specific points, just at specific enemies. So we're doing that. Whoosh. Oh! Yeah, it is indeed going to take 2 to kill it. That does not really surprise me. It does not matter which I use at this point, because I am probably not going to wind up being able to use all my missile ammo to kill, to do anything. Although I guess I could finish it off with machine gun fire. I don't know. I also have another pile bunker, but I'm not really going to have many opportunities to use it. It also doesn't hit as hard as the other guy's one does. And it's just as expensive to use. Maybe slightly less GP, but this thing also has more GP total anyway. Oh, I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's slap it with a missile. It did. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to move forward a bit, because I'm going to have to move anyway. Again, still don't know what prepare versus cover do. The devs, as far as I know. Oh, cool, they have map icons for the resources they drop. Too bad there's no way I can get up there, as far as I know. It would take you a turn just to move into position to get near to where it is, but then you couldn't get up because I don't think there are stairs. So we're going to use her now. We're going to shoot at this other turret. We're probably going to have to do pretty much the same thing to missiles and dead. No, I do not. Oh, no, there we go. The further away you are from a target, the more likely you are to miss. I'm hoping that does not occur. And I am going to use machine gun on this because I want to be able to get as much usage out of the missile launcher as I possibly can. So what I'm going to do... Yeah, I got him. This is fine. I can hit both of those, no problem. And we will cover, because I don't think it matters. They're going to shoot at me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kill either one of these. He did a fat spanking amount of basically nothing. Oh, please, please, please shoot at the guy behind cover. I will have a giggle. Oh, you didn't. What a jerk. I prefer she didn't take damage, but she basically didn't. So I think I did cover on her. Cover may act as defense, but she's also a long ways off. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out that northern one as quickly as I can. And then restart the turn. Take one turn to shoot at that dude. And that should or one action to shoot at that dude. And that should set us up pretty handily for what we have to do early on the next section, unless they have changed it pretty dramatically. Which part of me very strongly hopes they have, because it is hard. So for you... Actually, yeah, because I don't really care about burning turns, and these things aren't going to hurt me all that much. Let me switch to a knife, because I'm not going to be able to walk all the way to you. Yeah, not happening. And we're going to coast at you. That stings. Did I even damage its armor? No, not really. So this is why you don't use the knife. The knife need not exist. He's gonna be useful later though, and you'll see why. We're not gonna launch a missile, we're just gonna shoot him with my shooters. Oh hey, that killed it. Neat. Oh, because he's got a better SMG, I think. Alright, so what we want to do here is we want to end the turn, have it shoot at literally anybody, preferably the dude right nearby behind cover. Yes, like that. Do it. You fool! The power of light poles. Now, it could have done anything to avoid that scenario. And we're gonna have you shoot at it, because why not? We'll blast you with a shotty. So we are now about to, oh, maybe I should have used a different character. Whatever, because this guy's really useful for what comes later. Block this. Okay, so what it should do, and has done, loud noises. Boom. It keeps itself from crashing into the ground by farting really loudly. Just like my uncle. I don't think we're going to have a fourth character, but we'll see. I am very confusing. Can anyone tell? Anyone can tell? What? The THV just came out of the pod. That's DG, right? Why that old man never talk about it? I don't know. Secure shuttle. No details. Nah, too much secret in the office. Crap. I hate office job. Shit. A lot of pressure leaking out from it. What does that even mean? Man, your weird sense always worked any time. What? I think they're implying that he's psychic. Wait, he's moving. Unknown pilot. Ladies and gentlemen, dubious English. Oh cool, targeting lines on absolutely everyone. That's a good sign. It also speaks in ellipsis. Kenji, you should know how to speak with it. Fight first, talk later. So as you can see, it looks fancy, and the way you can tell it's really dangerous is the loud noises. God, that's loud. Like, it may be loud for you, but it is, like, blasting my eardrums every time it does that. Yes, ma'am. The way you can tell it's a high-level dangerous unit is that kid? No, it can't be. Oh, he's way back there for no reason. I'm not supposed to have him. I'm convinced he should not be there. So what I need to do as soon as possible is get him into the fight. So I'm gonna, oh my gosh, stop. Oh, I know what's going on. It's doing that. So it's happened to me before. This is a bug. I'm gonna kill these missile turrets as soon as humanly possible because they're the actual threats. Believe it or not. Okay. I don't know how it missed, but I'm not complaining. I think that's an ammo refill. So what this guy's going to do from here on out is shoot him with his shooters. His vertical launch missiles. He's going to shoot that. That big, obnoxious 4 AP holding many, many thousands of GP using thing. But I'm going to try and pick this up. I can't. Okay. So we're going to R and cover. I've got my shotgun arm and shield arm facing towards it if it decides to come at me. So we've already done a good job by taking out that one missile turret. What we need to do now is take out the other one, which I'm going to do like so. And then I'm going to get the other dude into the fight. Oh good, that killed it in one go. Nice. The other turrets are pretty inconsequential. I'm going to leave them for now in case I need to get, like, resources of some kind. It dropped an AP. I want that. Because I want to shoot at this. I want to start chipping away at this guy as soon as I possibly can. Because he's the danger. That's battery. Ow. It's facing me. Ho ho! You're approaching me. I don't even know how much damage I just took. These are gonna miss a lot, unfortunately. I did not take tons of damage. Did they balance the damage finally? That'd be nice. Got him in the garage. as you can see, like if you look at those numbers, let's R to cover, which I think might be equivalent to guard. Let's switch over to him and check out there. There we go. So they don't have a, I don't know what DHP even is. I think it's like pilot HP, and you can damage pilots somehow, but I couldn't tell you for sure. Here we go. As you can see, 1350, 1305, 1800, 1470, 1515 are its stat line. For part durability, which is a bit frightening. It has 2 submachine guns, and it's got the skills to use them, and you'll see that probably. What I'm hoping for is it actually does some of the dual machine gun skills that aren't the ones that'll kill me. It'll do some cool spinning attacks, which look really neat, but fortunately are not especially effective at killing me, per se, because not as many bullets hit. So I'm going to get you into the fight by any and all means necessary, and I'm also going to have my launch missiles available in case I can do that to you. Hell with it. And I want to stop about there. Can I lock on? No, that's not what I wanted to do. Well, I have done it now. Oh, give me those. Give me the... No! Okay, well, congratulations. Alright, so he's... Who do I have left? Oh, you. So I'm gonna try and waddle close enough to punch this guy in the face. I don't think I'm going to make it. That is a long distance and a tough ask, so I may just call it the end of my turn before that happens. Yeah, okay. That's bad. Very bad. I don't even know why I bothered. That did nothing to him, and he just damaged me a ton. So he's gonna thwap me a lot, and that's not ideal. But if hypothetically I had another character to go on a turn, that would be good. We're gonna cover and hope he doesn't actually kill him. So this is the enemy turn. We're gonna speed it up a little. As you can see, that okay, here's the problem portion of the turn. What are you gonna do? What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh man, that hurts. So he blew out the armor on something, probably the arm. What did he do to that character? Who was that character? Was that Alma? Oh! So she's been largely shredded. That's very not good. But this does give us the opportunity to perform the Smacketh down. Please? I'm only able to launch. There we go. I was gonna say, it should have launched before. So those do some damage. So we want to do that. When they hit, which that didn't. We'll cover again. I'm probably going to wind up having to use her as bait, unfortunately. He moved quite a distance away from this guy. I don't think I'm going to be able to move close enough to hit him with my fists. So, to that end... Oh! Did I get him? I actually got him. Cool. This is good. This is good. I don't care that the stupid turret shot me in the back. This is good. We're in a good spot. I'm going to use the vertical launch missiles on this dude because they're really, really handy. There we go. There's still a good source of damage even if all but one miss. I hope I'm not hitting my ally with that, and if I am, well, tough shit. So we're going to just leave you there. The dynamics are about to change in a big way. Oh, is he facing me or facing away? You would shoot me. How bad? Oh, it's not good. It's definitely not good. Oh, that hit though. So he's damaged, but it is not over yet. Okay, so the turret's gonna blink away. Hopefully not do much of consequence. It did not do much of consequence. This guy, on the other hand, is going to do much of consequence. Oh, here we go. She's toast. Oh. Perhaps not. So that was best case scenario right there. I was really worried for a minute. But now I'm not. I'm gonna move this guy up so I can actually shoot him. We are gonna run out of missiles pretty quick, but... And yeah, as you're moving, no matter how little you're moving, you're draining gauge. Frick, I'm only gonna be able to get one volley off on him. Ooh, but it was a pretty good volley. I broke some armor. Neil, rebel up. So what I want to be doing as well is baiting this guy, and that's the real trick. And to do that, come on, we do this. That's not what I wanted to do, actually. So that's unfortunate. I'm just gonna shoot this turret. I don't care. Ah, it lived. That's not ideal. Well, it's dead now. Come on, come on. Yes. It begins again. Oh, really? It's not a... That actually was a good hit. Okay, so phase 2. Ideally, I want that to be at the very beginning of a turn, but that's not what happened. So you'll notice it now has Pokebits. That's, you might be thinking, that's not good, is it? And I would be saying, yeah. It's not, but this is where the real cheesy shenanigans come into play. He leveled up, how nice. Hopefully I won't lose anyone. I'm not convinced that I won't. I am gonna just get this guy into position. This is where the real metagame starts. This is where you start playing for keeps. I am gonna just stop me there. I'm not particularly close to anyone. You do not want to bunch up here. This is where bunching up will get you killed. Because they're gonna do all sorts of unpleasantness to me. She dead? No? Somehow? Huh? I have no torso. Well, I'm not gonna complain. So what I gotta do is I gotta bait him. And that's where this gets hard. She's damaged, so as far as I'm concerned, she's bait. Oh, I only lost my head, not my, Oh, okay. That's not so bad then. It will not whip out its guns unless they changed how it works. And Kenji has to now be very careful, but we'll see. With one extra person, this is going much more smoothly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk away from him very aggressively, because I don't want to get killed. Come on, come on. Like that. Just like that. Exactly like that. In fact, because this gives me the opportunity to A, shoot a missile at him, which actually connected somehow, and also to shoot him a little bit in the business. And he'll dodge like that sometimes, which is very dangerous, and you can lose your allies doing that. You can shoot your allies. Take it from someone who's tried. I'm going to cover again. That sparking looks really bad. I'm going to shoot at him because he can't really do much of anything. I think he can dodge once. Very nice. Not quite as nice, but acceptable. And we'll cover. And we will use you to shoot it again. I think I've still got ammo. Yes, I do. I am not close enough. Please. There we go. Very nice. We are making headway. Unfortunately, and I don't have any extra AP, right? Yeah, I don't. So I am now out of, well, effectively out of missiles. I have 2 left, but that's pretty much useless. We're gonna cover with you. You leveled up again, which is also good. I don't know if there's anything for their stat growth in terms of like if you use melee attacks, they'll improve melee, or if you'll shoot, they'll improve shooting. I don't know. I haven't gotten that in depth yet. I am going to have to just move this guy up and hope. Actually, I'm going to move him right about here, because that will let me, if he moves to any of these other people, I'll be able to get an attack in. So he's probably going to go for her. Means she's down. Oh. This is actually very good, but also bad. So the reason this is good is because he somehow killed an arm that was on the opposite side of my body. The reason this is bad, and didn't actually take my unit out, the reason this is bad is because he's stuck in a corner right now and I can't do anything. However, I can just walk away from him menacingly. And he should... Oh, come on now. Get over here. Yes! Like that. Exactly like that. No, not like that. Get... Did you... I don't know what's going on. I ain't gonna complain. I don't have sufficient gauge to shoot him. I'm gonna stay over. Yeah, I can't actually move, so. Alright, so this is still okay. I can work with this. Target you yet? No. Can I target you yet? No. Can I target you with this yet? Yes. Swoosh. Ah, dodge that, you chump. I'm just gonna shoot him with my shooters. Interesting that he didn't dodge that. He has the points to do it. I may have broken something. In a good way. I broke things in a good way this time. That's positive, I think. Unfortunately, he can't readily get over to that guy, so we'll move him last. How much ammo do I have? Oh, I have tons of ammo. Tons! Tons! I might even finish this guy this turn. That would be something. Might be finishing him this turn. Oh, maybe. Oh wait, no, that was like a limb. That didn't do anything, because I was shooting at his already broken legs, like a smarty. We'll see what he does. He's probably going to go after What's-Her-Face. We're going to get you in there, though, because this way he has another target he can aim for. Can't he? It missed. I'm gonna cover. So he's gonna go. He's probably gonna attack. What's her name? Oh, maybe not? Yep. No. That's not good. Ah, that's fine. We can live with that. I just have to scoot him out of the way, and I can do that. Actually, what I can do... This is a risky proposition, so I'm not going to do that. I am going to back you off manually. It's going to come at me. Ah, see, if he'd done that, and I was using what I was going to do in terms of baiting him, I would have been in deep trouble. So I'm glad I didn't do that. We are going to do, though, is we're going to shoot you like that. Hit him with the business, as they say. This also, I think, no, Kenji has to waddle to him again. I'm gonna cover. This is good. This is going well. I like it. I like it. I like it when they go well. I'm gonna shoot him in the back. That's all I've got is rockets now. I don't care. Ah, got him. He's not dead. I should be able to take him out this turn, though. I'm not too concerned. I'm gonna make... I didn't want to do that. One stab and punch him to death. Oh, that's not quite what I wanted to do. Ah! There we go. And what do I have? Okay, I still have 2 missiles I can shoot, and then I've got rockets. There we go. That should about do it. Alright, so that's the first mission, and as you can see, it was a bit of a doozy. That actually went very well, largely because I knew what I was doing. and I knew how to fake him out. If you don't know how to fake him out, which I didn't the first 5 times I tried doing this, that goes poorly. I like the sparks that are just up in the corner for no reason. Unknown pilot. More ellipses. Bleep bloop. Uh-oh. Many uh-oh. I can't move anything. That type's using AMP, but nothing affect itself. My model is the newest type. Rangan information is true. Can you bring the system back? I'm doing, but need more time. It's too late. Ellipsis. Prepare for personal combat. We need to get into the cockpit directly. Hey-yo! So I guess that means they're hopping out of the cockpit to shoot them with their shooters. Where it from? We've got a company. Ellipsis. Above. Mask pilot. He's transcended the ellipsis. Don't move and stay something. I don't know, because the text went by really quickly. Bloop. It's a hop, a skip, and a jump. So you'll notice that I just went through a whole lot of work to chip its armor off, and this dude's showing up to steal all my glory. Yeah, something's broken, and they added an extra character for this. That's the only reason this worked, and I don't know why they showed up. So now you get to play as this dude, who is actually Neil. Nobody else is playable at this point because they're all disabled, and you shoot this guy in the business. Pretty much like this, with your own business shooting. I shoot him in business. I shoot him in business again. No! Tornado Geary yourself, dude. Oh, do I just keep getting... Oh, because he has 4 AP for some reason. This is fine. He has, like, 1 health. 1. And we shoot them to death over it. You guys can't handle him. You've done the hard part, taking off all the armor, but I'm just gonna graze it with a bullet. Choreography. Dad? Girl? Yeah, bring back the systems done. Reboot completed. Emp not destroyed. Good, Aye. It's just, it's special. He stopped. Why? He's in the background too. This is so weird. What is going on? Stop, Kenji. We should have talked with him. A lot. Listen, pilot in Eggy type. I'm remembered your voice. The first terrorist attacked at the Earth orbit 10 years ago. Do you mean Maud? You are the man who truly knows what happens. First, you and our ace Captain Neil Carlson. Why are you here? And what do you want from her? Ellipsis. Metal Gear. Dual Gear. That's more like it. So yeah, we just did the stuff and we did things. So that went much better than the first 5 times I ever did this. Or did I win on the 4th time? I don't remember now. It took at least 3 tries before I could get down a winning strategy, and that was all trial and error. And I thought that was really cool. Like, I was really pleased with myself after I beat it. It was hard, because it's like, oh, the game doesn't tell you any of the rules, and you just kind of have to suss out what is going to cause it to do what. So it's pretty rad in that regard. So we got some money. We got a bunch of guns. That's okay. First time I did this, I think I got 2 shotguns, and that was it. So Kenji and Alma both leveled up. That's nice. Good for them. Kenji couldn't do anything. You got Silver Narwhal Emblem, which I think is the thing I had before? I've got to figure out how to do the like quick dodging that they talk about. I don't know what R3 is the equivalent of. Maybe it's control? Movement is kind of clunky, and you have to plan around it. Like, if you have to turn around for something, you need to be very aware of what your GP gauge is going to do. And I have that down better than I did at first, but I still don't really have it down. So it's hard right now. It's a hard game. Oh, here we go. Lots of expository, and I say that loosely and in quotes. I speak in more ellipses. Metal Gear, Dual Gear, great. Let's start talking. Dual Gear. It's a long time, Commander. Since that incident from Gaia. That's voice? Yes, it is. That is voice. I remembered. The only way to escape you may be outside this planet, Professor Rangan. Yes, Commander. We made Gaia because we've no longer on this planet someday. What? But we just going beyond to understand the truth. We are nothing but space dust. Ellipsis. Dual Gear. Well, time to listen to Aristotle. Aristotle's wrong about the universe, Neil. So what? Just tell what you want from me? Straightforward and braver. That all you are, Commander. What? I'm not Commander anymore. Not a soldier, not a pilot, even though I'm piloting. Just a deserter. Also, maybe a terrorist, but okay. But probably not. Whatever happens, you always the one who's protected us. No, I can't protect anything. I don't know if this is a flashback or what. My wife and my daughter are dead. Except for... Bring me to UNR and leave the military court get me. What? If you're giving up, why are you here, Commander? I knew about your rage. The black DG that's trying to destroy Gaia. 11 years ago. I thought it was 10. That's your reason? Ellipsis Dual Gear. Answer my question. Why Xenoframe and that girl are here? Commander, if you want to know more about them, can you listen to the request from this dying old man? What do you mean? Please, become the commander of Nemo 7. Yes, the commander for those kids. Something behind the Xenoframe and the destruction of Gaia. Alia, that girl is the key. Only you can lead Alia and her friends in the right way. Ellipsis Dual Gear. Ridiculous talk, Professor Rankin. You using those kids for your political dream. Neil Carlson. Don't you want to know the real thing that happens after the incident? The thing that happens with your daughter. Stop talking about my daughter. Your kid's leaving me in Sidewinder. I'm ready to shoot them any time. Definitely warn, don't ridiculous talk again.
Neil, your daughter. She is one of the survivors from the MOD.
What?
Do you know about them? The Eden Child?
Ellipsis dual gear. Tell me what you know, Rankin. Everything. Too bad there are no viewers getting this incredible performance art comedy. Neil Serson joined team. Water. Oh, enter does it. Alia Afra joined team. That's about it. So now we have a whopping 5 members. And also the actual game. Now, as opposed to what is a tutorial and a ludicrously hard tutorial. I mean, it'll teach you. And by teach, I mean school. And by school, I mean whoo. Nothing is happening. Do I have to hit enter again? Ah, maybe that did it. Good morning, Commander. Hi, Alia. Hello, Amy-san. Do the best and take care, sir. Commander Neil, Alia. And now we have another awkward walking segment for no reason. Thanks, Amy. Alia, report your status. Ellipsis. Alia, are you okay? I'm not gonna even bother. I'm not talking over this. This is way too loud. It's not happening. Stay focused. Don't make its mistake again. Ellipsis. Yes, Commander. I thought Captain Alm is very strict, but he is more serious. Hey, we're gonna get a daddy-daughter fight? What? Is that timing, AJ? Stop your mount right now! Wow, wow, just kidding, Amy. What?
Hello, Commander. Great to see you. You and team did such a great work during 4 months. This is confirmed, I'm right, to ask you for help.
Yes, everything's fine until you were here, Professor Rangan. You are disappeared about 4 months. What are you doing? What are you going with you and our business? Bussiness.
Good questions. A politic inside UNR is making some trouble. Our work may be harder than before. We got the new report. It's just revealing some information about the enemies above Earth orbit.
You means the Watchmaker?
We cannot confirm, but they're believing. Watchmakers behind most of the attack, about 1 year.
That's our new mission?
Yes, very closer. Their target is our responsible area, Mesa Naval Base.
Oh, I've skipped something by accident. Something South Africa. I'm not going to read this. I don't have time. It's doing this automatically. I'm not clicking a button. It just goes pretty fast. I hope they have the option to remove that. Like I can read quickly, but not that quick. Not, read that quickly and then the next line and then keep it all in my head.
Dual drive submarine.
What? I can access to UNR database, but if it real, maybe huge DD weapon ever. Their target is not the submarine, but they got some important technology.
Great Kenji, I will explain everything in mission briefing.
It's time to gear up your team, Commander. Sound like we gonna face with bigger trouble.
Your sense is good, Commander. We should
I'm not even bothering. It's too short. So now we can actually customize. And there's a fair amount of customization, believe it or not. They don't start you off with much, but it's there, I promise. Commander, we are in the managing menu called the Mother Base menu, sir. To deal with stronger enemies, your team needs to do the customization before going out to the next mission. Please choose the Units and Pilot Customization button, sir.
Okay.
This is the submenu called Units and Pilot tabs, sir. All customizations for any unit structure are able in this tab. What? Let's choose some unit and do some change on parts or weapons, sir. Ah, this is taking me right back to the PS1 era and the Super NES era. Ah, good times. You melon, you spoony bard. Except this is incoherent, whereas that is coherent. So we're not really going to change any parts on this guy because we don't want to do that. But we'll show off that you can change parts if you really want to. So we have parts here. The one I have equipped is, I think, almost is absolutely superior, except in the agility department where it loses quite a bit. It's heavier, so that means you're slower. Your move range is considerably lower, but your armor and stuff are also, like, considerably better with the Sidewinder components. And the same is broadly true of the arms as well, as I recall. Yeah, you improve your move range, but your durability tanks. It just goes right to hell. Same with torso. I think actually you have, I don't know what synchro ability is, but your DDE dual drive rate is actually exists with the Sidewinder component, Sidewinder torso rather. But your agility is pretty bad. I don't know what servo does. There are no explanations for any of these, unfortunately. They have resistances. I'm not sure if that's actually implemented yet, and I don't know what all of them are. The one on the where it says right at the bottom, right above previous unit, and the arrow keys for selection, where it says right below weight, where it says resistant, and it's got like a bullet, 4 dots, a flame logo, something else, and what looks like a spider web. I believe those, I mean, those are different damage types you can get in things, but SMGs, I believe, use the one on the far left. Shotguns use the one next to that. I don't know that off the top of my head, if there's anything that uses the flame attribute. Heat. The one next to that is probably some kind of armor piercing, and I don't know what the one on the far right is. If it looks kind of like a spiderweb, that means it's probably some sort of a slowing status. I don't know for sure. And then the legs, I want to say the Sidewinder legs actually have some significant stat advantage. Yeah, they're a bit lighter than the Strike Rattle legs, but they have much better absorbability, whatever that is. I think it's something to do with staggering. And then it has actual dual drive rate. And its agility isn't substantially worse, it's only worse by like 1 point. Servo might be turn speed. That would make sense. But yeah, weight, I don't know. I know the higher your weight is, the slower you move, but I don't know what the actual stat formula is for any of that. And then backpacks, I think, provide power. Yeah, they provide GP. So even though I move really slow, I have a ton of generator. I have like more than double what other people have, which is good. Then we have, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. This is the submenu for the pilot setting. It's called the status skills tab. Sir, every reaching of new level, your pilot skill will gain more status points and dual points. Both of them are related to the something something, especially dual points. Dual points are required for the upgrading of action points and skill slots. These are important. We upgrade more action points to use any skills followed by required points, and upgrade the skill slots to add more stacks that a pilot can be contained more skills into the mission. That was incoherent, but I'll translate in a minute. Both of them are about pilot abilities, and finally, also affects something that I don't remember that they said. So the last important thing, please check out the skill wheel and weapon skill panels displaying on the right side of the screen. WXP points are required to unlock any new weapon skills. It depends on the weapon they've used. The pilot will gain more WXP by the specific weapon used. It's mean any weapon types will specifically store their WXP type on type. For the effective operation, please choose your suitable weapon to upgrade the best choice skills. Everything relates to your combat style, sir. I'll translate again in a minute. So, basic translation of all of that jive is, where are you? Dual points are what we use to upgrade our action point and skill slot. You used to be able to upgrade dual drive sync on the alpha, but you can't do that anymore. I don't know what mind does. Health is like pilot health, and I think that there's probably some way of damaging pilots directly that I haven't encountered yet. Evasion and accuracy are probably whatever they do. Probably pretty self-explanatory, I'd guess. Then you have action points and skill points. Action points are those things that skills cost in addition to GP. Abilities cost in addition to GP. Having more of them is always better. Skill slots is the number of skills you can have on your skill wheel. This is also important, though early on it is not as important as action points. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bump up my action points. It costs 2 to 4. It's 2 for each of those. What is it for skill points? That costs 3. Shoot, are those? No, okay. Each character has their own action points. I'm going to bump you up to 2, yes. Or up to 4. That way this guy will be able to do 2 actions in a turn, which is kind of a big deal. I'm also going to bump this up to 4, so he's got 4 skill slots he'll be able to work with eventually. I'm going to do the same for this guy. And you can see the number counting down in terms of my dual gear points, or my dual points. This will mean I'll be able to basically spend entire 2 turns shooting at things with any luck, to the limit of my GP totals, which will be good for my SMG users and whatnot. Oh yeah, I meant to do it for you as well. She's got a lot fewer points to work with, so this is going to put her pretty far along. So you also can see the statistical differences. Her dual drive sync, whatever that does, is quite high. I don't know what that does. Her evasion is also higher than this guy's. Her mind stat is lower, whatever that means. Everybody else's stats are pretty comparable. They're within like a point or 2 of each other. Hers are, I think, overall probably higher than everyone else's by a little bit. Kind of wish it wouldn't go through that animation every single time, but here we are. In order to gain weapon XP, you have, and that's what they were talking about before. In order to do all that, you need to basically use that weapon in combat, either to shoot things or kill them, or both. Just generally use it and you'll gain XP. You gain, obviously, substantial chunks if you kill things. Obviously. Which is pretty handy, you can imagine. But that depends on, it depends on what you have them equipped with. So that's kind of a way to customize your pilots in an additional way, is you give them, oh, okay, now I've got more. Uh, I just lost my entire train of thought. I'm so sorry. You have, oh, somebody's watching. Cool. Nice. Neat. That is good. I like it when people watch. That came out wrong. So yeah, it kind of depends on what you. It gives you a way, like, okay, I want this character to be good with melee weapons, for instance. Well, to do that, I'm going to equip them with melee weapons, and they'll gain weapon XP for those weapon types. What I'm probably going to wind up doing is giving this guy an SMG so he can actually shoot things. That seems like a smart plan. Right now, I could actually level up my SMG skill a smidge because I've got 538, but I don't know what any of these do. So here you can go through the list. Basic machine gun, firing, multiple bullets per magazine. You just shoot your gun. This one, and you can see over here the modifiers. So on this one, which costs 150 and only 1 AP to use, spinning strike 1, SMG equipped, requires the SMG. Attack times 1.2, accuracy times 1.15, so it's more accurate, and it hits slightly harder. Using manipulators trick to spin the gun, increase accuracy and firing power. I have no idea what that does. You can go through the entire list of possible weapons you can equip. Uh, you have laser weapons, you have plasma guns, plasma rifles, sorry. Shotguns, sniper rifles, which I don't think are in the game at this point, because none of these are available, or I just don't have any. Shotguns, plasma rifles, I don't have any plasma rifles either, but it's listed. Um, laser device, vertical missiles, we've seen some of those. Ground missiles, we've seen some of those. Cannons, which we don't have yet, but we will. Cannons are good. Cannons are love, cannons are life. Blade skills, yeah, these are familiar. They're also very expensive. As you can see, the experience requirements get a little high. By the time you get out to here, it's 40,000 experience to get that. It also costs, geez Louise, 3 AP to use. But this, for instance, this one I have highlit, would be Tornado Slash, and that requires 2 uh, light LBLs, 2 BLs equipped, which is blades, I assume. Reminding me now of, oh, what's it called? Oh, jeez Louise, why is my brain... It's because the caffeine is wearing off. And or the caffeine is kicking in, and my brain just cannot think on caffeine and stimulants. Um, Breath of Fire. Breath of Fire has a really dodgy translation. Most of the games have a dodgy translation, but 1 and 2 in particular. 2 especially had a dodgy translation when it came to equipment because they only had so many characters they could fit in, so they had to like they had to shrink all the names down and abbreviate them. So daggers were DRs. So this is reminding me of that. But that would give me Tornado Slash. You need to have 2 of those equipped, but it boosts your crit rate, your attack damage, your accuracy, and you spin in a circle. So that would be really nice to have. What lesser stuff do we have? Piercing Blade, Direct Stab Technique, Direct Damage to Body Component, Chance to get some effective on Cockpit Part. I don't know what that means exactly. Mostly it's a stat boost. And all of these still cost quite a bit. Side Slash, Vertical Slash, chance to multiply damage on head part. So this just gives you a little extra control for what components you're damaging, which is useful if you want to disarm something or make it so it's less effective. What do we have over here? Way at the far end. Okay. Chance to counter attack the enemies with basic blade skill. That's nice. We want that at some point. Higher level of counter attack. Chance to counterattack the enemies with random blade skills. Ooh, but it costs 3. I haven't gotten any of these. As you can see, they're way up the tree. And they don't start you off with a lot of missions that allow you to actually unlock stuff like this. Combination of blade and blade requires 2 BLs, binary/1. Chance to draw basic blade skill after the first attack. Ooh, combos. Combos! And that's pretty much binary/2 is basically the same idea, except better. Oh. Hisatsu Engage. Unleash to the combo attacks from the pilot experience. Draw 3 blade skills to cut off the enemies piece by piece. Costs 5 AP though, which is a lot. Then you have this next one up, which is Hisatsu Perfection. Final combo attack from all techniques you are learned. 3 blade strikes and 1 secret technique unleashed. That'll take me months to farm at the current rate. Like, there's no way. That's what? 111,999 experience to get that. Blade experience to get that. And blades suck. Like, I cannot overstate how crappy this dagger is. Again, you can't even take the armor off of one of those turrets with a dagger strike. I showed that before to whoever's watching. I got through the first mission, which fortunately I'd done before, otherwise we'd still be doing it. The first mission of the beta in this game, and the beta will be available in early access on July 29th on Steam. This is Dual Gear. You probably have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm so sorry. And then this last one isn't even available yet. So let's go through the... No, I don't want to go change unit. I want to change weapons. Oh, let's check submachine gun skills. That's not what I wanted to do. No, 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 no. No. Yes. Yes? Yes. Yes. I'm pretty sure Knuckle is basically the same as the Blade. Oh, no, it's got different stuff. Acquired Knuckle. Punching 1 sting bullet damaged after punching contacted. No idea what that means. Mostly it's stat enhanced. Increasing attack of Knuckle weapon punch. 1 sting bullet damaged after punching contacted. I guess they use ammo? I know the one I had didn't use any ammo. Multiple sting bullets punch. Quick damage released like a machine gun. All sting per bullet per weapon required. So you just go pop, 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 I guess. It's, you know, combos. More and quick damage released like a machine gun. All sting bullet... Next level of multi-sting, that's what it says. Chance to counterattack. More counterattacking. Oh, you can have... Oh, neat. So they have actual combo attacks, like with 2 different weapons. I didn't know that. That's really neat. Punch and blade combo. Chance to draw basic blade skill from the opposite blade after first punch. Neat. I'm hoping that the blade skills include things like those swords that the big bad thing that we fought had. And not just combat knives, because the combat knives, as I've mentioned, are atrocious. 4 times damage by dual punch and both sting shots. Yikes. That hits hard. More power of dual knuckles. Oh, so it's using 2 knuckles at once, which is why it costs so much. Twin machine gun stings. You go, except with pile bunkers, and therefore awesome. Pile bunkers are cool. Oh my gosh, and this is the same but better. That is bonkers. Also very expensive. That's what, like 8 AP? Yeah. And then this is 9 AP. Break point. 1 breaking point attack using all knuckle technique in a single skill cast to destroy the target. So I guess you just hit him with the combos. I imagine that's very expensive in terms of GP as well, so that's your main prohibition is the gear. So submachine gun skills have a bit of interesting variety as well, because you've got spinning strike using manipulators to trick to spin the gun, increase accuracy and firing power. I don't know what that does. Like if that's the one where you spin in a circle or not. Because I know vortex strike, you spin in a circle. Oh man, there's a lot of these. See, that's really cheap though. 28,000. It's like they actually want you to get there. It's like they actually want you to level up that tree. Shrug. Um, I can probably unlock that. Do I have to unlock this? No, I have to equip the weapon to unlock it. But yeah, they do have requirements. So you've got spinning strike. What is splash strike? Splashing bullets to the group of enemies besides. So I guess that means it fires in a cone, maybe? Increase firing power and critical rate. So as you can see, all of these like have higher attack stats. Vortex Strike has accuracy times 2, which means that if the bullets when you spin in a circle actually hit someone, they're probably going to hit. Or they'll do what they did when I went through the mission, and they do the big spin to win, and not a single bullet connected with anything. Not me doing the attack, but the enemy, who's very imposing. And if it had been right up in my face, I would have been in serious trouble. But it was a ways off, so it was a dumb thing for it to do. Double strike, basic firing with double machine gun, requires 2 SMGs. Double spin 1. What is the difference then? It's higher stats, I guess. Yeah, higher stats. And then double spin 2, which is even higher stats. Dual manipulating double machine gun spin. Does that mean you're spinning in a circle, or... I guess I'll find out when I get that 150 cost one. Defensive firing during the enemy turn. Yeah, these are the Overwatch slash counterattack skills that you have to go way up the tree to unlock, but I want them. I want them as early as I can get them. Because that'll be real handy, because if you can shoot at enemies while they're doing their turns. Oh, that'll be good. That'll be good. Because the enemies certainly all can. They have all that stuff available. Chance to counterattack the enemies with basic SMGs. Then let's... Oh, does that... Oh, that's rude. So they have to attack you in order to make that happen. Oh, these are probably like the dodge that the baddie could do before. Oh, that was so annoying. Um, it occurs during high tension. I guess these are like high tension attacks must mean you have to fill up the dual drive gauge or something. Stationary firing. Increase a much accuracy and firepower, and even more accuracy. Combination strike, get double 1 usage. Oh, an SMG and a shotgun. That's cool. Actually emphasizes dual wielding different weapons as well, which I think is really cool. Full metal jacket. Bypass all left and right bullets to open firing with dual SMG. Unleash all bullets to take down the target. I wonder if that means actually shooting all the bullets. That'd be kind of scary because you have like 250 in a magazine, which is an odd number for the amount you actually shoot because you shoot like 30, I think, bullets per volley. And if there's one thing I know about basic math, 250 and 30 does not go into 250 evenly. Sniper rifle skills we don't have. Shotguns, what do we got here? 2... Oh, you shoot off 2 rounds. Cool. Plop, plop. That's fair. 2 AP for that. For the privilege. Some attacks lost during the... Oh, that's not okay. I don't want to lose attack over it. It doesn't list that either. Depends on executed... Oh, counters you get early. Well, relatively early in the tree. They're still expensive. Dual shotguns. Plop, 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 plop. Just like the Toymanada. Vector shots. Single hand shotgun with multi-angles of 3 shots firing. Benefit to destroy nearby surrounding enemies. Oh, another arc shot. So if you have multiple enemies and you want to shoot at all of them at once. I guess. Defensive. Firing during the enemy turn. 6 shots. Yikes. Benefit to destroy nearby larger amounts surrounding enemies. You'll notice that the English in this is really, really stilted. Oh, cool. Shotgun and knuckle combo? Neat. I can work with that. I can dig that. Get a chance to draw an opposite basic knuckle skill after the first strike. Neato. Ooh, attack times 3. Jeez Louise. That'd hurt. Peacemaker. Unleash all dual shotguns bullet. Switching hands, firing confirmed. Target, bring all enemies to be the rest in peace. English is fun. Uh, no laser. I don't know what laser devices even are. I know I haven't seen any. Vertical missiles. What do we got here? Defensive missiles during the enemy's turn. Very nice. Array strike. Air to surface. Another scatter. Additional scatter damage expanding. I guess an explosive radius is what they're trying to say there. Counterattack during their attack. I don't know how that works because they're, well, if they're shooting at you, I guess that's when you'll do it. But if they're like melee attacking you, I don't know. Like, because those would go up and come down on your head, basically. Chance to VM equipped. What is? Oh, vertical missile. Yeah. Higher level of missiles counterattack. Chance to counterattack the enemies with random VM skills. Cool. I assume only if you have them equipped. Oh, having 2 vertical missile launchers equipped? Oh, geez Louise. Dual homing missile launchers engaged. Release double batches of homing missiles after released a trigger. Oh yes, that will be a day at the circus. And then just do more of that, I guess. Air-to-surface strike from dual missile launchers. Larger volume of scatter damage. English. Combination with alternate. Oh, cool. So you can have the vertical launcher and the ground missiles, I think they call them. And you hit them on all locked targets. That'd be cool. That'd be fun to watch. And then a skill that isn't in the game yet. Ground missiles. What do we got? Defensive missile during enemy turn. Very cool. Maximizer. Oh, you can shoot more missiles at a target. Cool. Counterattacking. Maximum strike. Using 2 missile launchers at once. 2 GMs equipped, 2 SMGs equipped. Combination of guns and missile. Oh, that's cool. Quad wielding. Chance to draw basic gun skills after missile strikes. So yeah, they clearly have ways of pushing you into certain interesting builds. Which I approve of. Cannons are probably like shooting multiple cannons at once. Yeah, 2 cannons, twin shots. Defensive projectile. Order shots open. Display single projectile guide for the target placement. More effective with ground strikes. The cannons I've used shot straight ahead. They were like line of sight, so maybe this makes it so it does a ballistic arc. And you can say, I want it to land on their head. That'd be cool. I'm down with that. Kind of expensive to use, but you could ignore cover that way, which would be nice. Double mortar shots. Cruel shots. 1 batch from single cannon strikes. Damage multiplied by amount of cannon ammo. Release all bullets with dual cannon strikes. High at damage multiplied. So 2 cannons at once and then something that we don't have yet. And then blade skills and knuckle skills. So we've done a decent rundown. Now comes the actual customization portion. And with you, I'm going to customize weapon. I'm going to remove the blade, choose weapon. We're going to equip him with an SMG, I think. Because we have some spares of those now, which is great. So little shotguns. Shotgun might be more appropriate, but I kind of want to have a bit more range, I think, just to be on the safe side. I'll be equipping a bunch of people with shotguns, though. This will slow him down. If you look at move range, he's going to go down, and weight is going to increase. Whip, that's loud. I don't know what that means. I know if you have a lot of heavy stuff, it'll change to like stable or something. But speedy means this character will be a relatively fast character. Status and skills. I'm going to get the SMG skill on here. Once I find it. I want to get this on there. Using manipulator's trick to spin the gun. Let's find out what that do. This may wind up being a bad call. Oh, they make me do it manually. I see how it is. Let me go to knuckle skills and see if there's anything I can equip here. I have 831. I cannot. Blade, I don't think I... Yeah, I don't have enough. Okay, that's fine. Let's go to color and decal. So, we are in the color and decal tab. Sir, each units can change their individual of the colors, camouflages, and emblems. You can do it all to make your standout unit here. So, because he's an edgy McEdgerton. Wow, we do have a bunch of camo, though. He's a leopard. No, we're not going to do leopard camo. Oh, that's like a smaller hex camo? I saw hex camo before. Yeah, it's a smaller hex camo. We'll go with the small hex camo. We'll go... Where do logos go? Up on the upper... up there. I can't read any of these. Can I zoom in? Not really. I can't read any of these, so we're gonna... Oh, there we go. Now I can move through them. And because he's an edgy, stabby McStabberton, we're going to change his colors to something a bit more fitting of his edgy McStabberton type. Aesthetic. So, we will make him... Oh, I didn't want to do that. We'll make him very pink. And I think we'll crank down the lightness a little, make it a bit darker. I don't want to emulate like EVA Unit 01 colors or anything, but make him purple. For secondary color, where are you? I want that to be dye. It's there. I don't see red on there anywhere. You'd think with the camo that it would make that very obvious. Let me do green. No. Well, that's fine. Make the arms nice and vibrant. Maybe? I am not adjusting lightness the way it should be adjusting, but okay. Oh, there we go. So preset color. And for the secondary color, we'll make that like a green. Like that. And then we'll crank down the lightness. Okay, we'll do it the hard way, that's fine. Yeah, so a lot of aspects of the game are pretty broken, I'm afraid. Sad but true. So we're accidentally doing EVA 01 colors, and I'm not happy about that, but here we are. And secondary color can be a nice vibrant green again. We are color coding, ladies and gentlemen. Color coding. So melee now is determined to be bright purpley pink, and green. That's not right at all. No, no, no. You're getting rid of all the work I did. Okay. Well. Okay. This is fine. Okay. And hopefully all that gets to stay on there. Did I hit the... Oh, I have to back out. There we go. Now I'm switching characters. This is good. Okay, this guy can be... I don't know. Make him... What camos do we have? We have tiger stripes? Yeah, we've got tiger stripes. We can be super classy. We can be super classy with tiger stripes. That's what we can do. Yeah, tiger stripes it is. No, we don't want black. Black is beautiful, but not on my giant robots. Well, okay, unless it's a really good black on my giant robot, I guess. We'll go with, yeah, bright yellow, because tigers are yellow. No, we'll go with orange. Heck with that. Get orange, I think I want to do that. Yeah. Secondary color, if I could learn how to talk, make that a blue. Just blue. Which we won't see on the head, because it doesn't have the, No, I want green up there. Yeah, the splat noise is kind of upsetting, I agree. Split. And we'll change you. No? Just make you blue. Because we like contrasts. Are we colorblind? I'm not going to tell you. Sorry, I can't build it. There's a way to actually save the hue. I would love to know it, and I don't know. You are... not going to be pink. And more of same. There we go. Oh, I could have just done it with the bottom ones, I guess. That'd cover both primary and secondary. I'll remember that for the next one I do. So he gets to be brightly colored. And we want... Nope, that's the wrong one. That's the right one. This is what's her name? I don't know, do maybe like a... leopard print. And cyan? Sure, leopard print and cyan. I can't tell that that's there at all. And then maybe red as a print. No, let's do this with the... And then the secondary color as a bright, vibrant red. If I could grab the bar, that'd be okay too. There we go. There's cyan and red for her on a leopard print. This is all just to As for you, I don't know, hexagons? I already did hexagons. Fancy hexagons. I'll do, like, digicam, I guess. And as for colors, I don't know, maybe make red the primary? Yeah, primary red. And then secondary... Oh my gosh, grab it, thank you. No, not black, it doesn't reflect well enough. Secondary maybe a green? Already kind of done that. Could just do straight red. Oh no, I can't do that because that'll be real confusing. We'll leave it as red and black. Have her be our 9 breaker. Say there was one of these with like green in it. There we go. And there we go. And for him, I will do all different colors. So the head can be yellow. And we'll make sure they're all solids as well. I don't know what the secondary color will be. Ooh, the secondary color is white there. Secondary, or the primary for the torso can be blue. Oh, those are arms. I want the arms to be red. Primary for arms is red because they do the punching. Secondary for arms can be, I don't know, teal? Sure, I won't be able to see that, but okay. Primary color for torso can be blue, with secondary being probably an orange because that's a contrast. Sure. The legs can be primary green, secondary red, pink, yeah. There we go. So he's a godless abomination. This is fine. Okay. I think we're good. We'll give him that for a logo. Alright. So now we get into the real nitty-gritty, which is kitting them out properly. And other than maybe swapping the SMG spin... Oh, actually, I want to do... Yeah, I want to switch my characters over. She's got just an SMG. I need to equip her. I'll give her, what, another shotgun maybe? Yeah, give her a shotgun. I've got enough of the darn things. Choose weapon. Give shotgun. Plow, plow. She is spid. I'll give customize weapon. Give her a knife. Why not? They're terrible. They make me cry. She is stable. That's good. Being stable is important. You're basically set. You can stay. You're set. You have nobody in you. And you're set. So let's go to status and skills. I should probably just get as many action points and such as I can, really. How many can I get? That costs 3. That costs 4. I'm gonna go for more skill slots too while I'm at it. I'm down to 11 dual points. I don't think I need to use dual points on anything else other than these stats. I hope. Otherwise I'm burning through these at a precipitous rate. You need 7 in order to level that up one more time. That's, yikes, a lot. I'll just leave it there for now, because I don't need a ton of skill slots at this point. I don't have the skills to use. Submachine gun, I can unlock that one. What was the other one I have? I have the missile skills. That's right. And the punch skills. I have a bunch of missiles points to work with. What do we got here? Defensive missiles during the enemy turn. Chance to use basic VM skill to attack all enemies while moving. While the enemies are moving, anyway. Won't work on turrets, but... heck, why not? Let's get that in there. Equip. Plop. Why not? Why not? We'll save for later. I do not have enough to get anything there. Cannon skill. I don't have cannons right now. Blade Knuckle has nothing I can do. Submachine gun I'll equip. I'll get this because it's dirt cheap, and I'll get that like in a single turn. Okay, so that's nice. Alright, so I think he's set. We're gonna switch to the next character, which is you. You don't have anything, do you? No, you don't have anything, so we're not even gonna worry. Oh, actually what we will do though is we'll get you another skill point, or action point, and another skill slot. I think that's all I can do, yeah, for now. You... I have more action points. Lots of action points that I can't use on anything is fine as far as I'm concerned. I am just... Oh, wait, I can... No, I'm just short. I can't get the splash strike. So I'll get you. Need pilot for unit. What? Pilot is there, though. What? What? Have you done, Commander? Now we're ready for the next mission. Don't want to do any of that. Shop is important, we'll need that later. Pilot customization. Add pilot? Using pilot, remove pilot? Cancel. Remove pilot. Now let's add the pilot back in. Add pilot. No pilot, add pilot. Yeah, I do want to do that. There we go. Okay, so status and skills. Can I now get the submachine gun skill? Yes, unlock. Thank you! I don't know what the big deal was, but here we are. Sniper, shotgun, plasma, laser, vertical, ground missiles. Can we equip anything? Defensive missile during the enemy turn. Yes, please, and thank you. Yes, equip that puppy. There we go. I don't know how to use any of these. We're going to find out. Okay, that's about all I can do right now. For them, for her anyway. For this guy, though, vertical missiles. What do I got? Do I have enough? I sure do. Let's get that defensive skill on. Let's unlock that. Let's actually bump up your skill slots and AP. Oh god, I still have 9 to work with. Yeah. Get one more action point in. I'll leave it at that for now. Equip. Let's see, what do we got? Laser device? No, no. Shotgun. Yes, I can equip whatever this is. Pulse shots. Double gunshots. Sure. Equip. And sniper rifle we don't have, but SMG we do. Alright, I think we're all set. That is about the best I can get done right now, and that is fine.
Okay.
Alright. Alright, status and skills, we want to go to... Okay, we've got you. This is what I'm looking at here. Right, she doesn't have anything yet because she doesn't have the points. That's going to make playing her kind of insufferable, but... And... Did mine just drop down? I think it did. That's not a good sign. And we'll add another one of those. Can I do that? Yeah, I can. We'll just make do with having fewer skill slots. We'll be fine. Okay. Very nice. Why do you suddenly have camo on your legs? I don't want camo on your legs. Go away. Okay. Exit, escape. So now we can get to the shop. Oh, I'm also going to save. That's probably a real good idea. Save load. I am running out of time here. Save there. And I will save again, just to have a spare. And we want to go to shop. What the? Who disturbs my nap? I, sir. New commander. 4 months new. Okay, just wake up. Time to work. What? Welcome to my shop, Commander. I want to tell you before you're buying something. This is just a normal shop, and also, no! Okay, it's about budget management. We just need transparency. Whatever about this shop, you can find all THV armaments from any companies here. Alright, it's shopping time if you have no money to add more stuff in your cart. What? Choose the sell button. I can buy your second-hand stuff with the cut-off price. Choose wisely, Commander. So you can sell components. What do we got? We got really expensive components. Neat. I mean really expensive. Good golly. I can afford 3 of those, if that. So we probably want to get Kusanagi on our melee guy. Probably. So there's more Sidewinder. Wish you could have 2 parts up at once. Main camera? Oh wow, we've got a lot of main cameras. Good gosh. Scope winder. Oh cool, it's like an actual camera. Obviously. Bear winder. Heyo. He winds bears. Jody. Ahatula. Ahayatula. Whatever that is. Sidewinder noggin, Kusanagi head, Vladimir head. Glorious. Oh, that has a pretty broad stat line too. What backpack parts do we have? Energy pack. What do? You increase my dual drive rate by a lot. You have a boosted sense or whatever that does. Looks like that says plus evasion and accuracy. That's neat. Uh, Big honkin' generator on that puppy. Archery bag. See, that sounds to me like it provides more ammo. Attila twin booster. Doesn't boost my dual drive, increases my agility by 1. And is heavy. Really, really heavy. What does this do? I'm not gonna buy one of those. Twin tails. Boosts my generator by a honkin' lot. God knows at that price it had better. Um, it's very heavy, has some sensor increase, I guess. Less generator. You can also upgrade components, which is very expensive as well. But it improves their overall stat line. Attila. Probably a good idea to get some basic stuff equipped at some point. I don't know what support items are, and there are none here. Weapons, what do we got? What do we got? Find me something expensive. A candy box, which costs $500,000. And it looks like a vertical missile launcher system. Yep. Long range, high energy usage. That's probably enough to use most of the energy that I have on any given unit. Moderate critical rate, reasonable accuracy. I don't know what instant delay is. Probably time it takes in order to start shooting. Oh. What is a little match girl? A vector missile. I have no idea what a vector missile is in this case. I would assume it's like a vertical launch missile only. Or a ground missile or something, but it says it's something different. Okay, where's... Are these both the same? Zeta shoot. Oh, I just like went over the same one, I guess. There's a rifle. There's a submachine gun. Oh, these are the ones that the Hi, Beta. Baby Beta. These are the ones that the villain was using. That's cool. A candy stick. A candy bar. Oh, that's great. I like these. And then you've got the entire candy box. A dragon killer. You punch it in the face and it goes splat. High frequency blade. Double-barreled shotgun. Nice, there's some cool stuff here. What I'm interested in, though, is the cannons. Cannon's good. Attack value is 20, attack value is 25. Yeah, it's a bit better. How much are the cannons? Candy bar. Is this the cannon? Here's a huge cannon. It's more expensive than I can afford. No, 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 no. Lots of shields. Oh wait, no, that's a Buster Knuckle. That's a Swordy McSword. 250 damage versus... Where's the knife? I thought the knife was here. Versus 130, so it is better. But not that good. Where... Is that big cannon the only one available at this time? I guess. What's the stat difference here? It's a 5 attack difference. This has higher attack range. This uses less energy though. This does have better accuracy, but it's like more than double the price, so I don't know about all that. 4, 4, 3, 3, 1200, 1500 weight. I think you'd be better off with 2 baby betas, if anything, than one of those. You could afford 2 of them for starters. So an assault rifle, I haven't seen anything for assault rifle skills, so for all I know they don't exist. More Buster Knuckles, more shields. Yeah, I guess this is the only cannon available at the moment. And I can't afford it. I do want to get one though, because they're strong. I mean, 2600 attack value puts most of the Buster Knuckles to shame. Where are you? Here's the Dragon Killer. Yeah, Dragon Killer does 1500. What's the stat difference between the Dragon Killer and the Jackal? 1500, 1010. 900, 1010. 1370, 15. 1370, 15. 1545, 15. So it's more. It's less accurate. So this is more accurate. Has higher crit rate. I guess maybe that's why you use it over the other. No, 15. It's got the same crit rate. I take it back. Just more accuracy. Rate of fire is 2. Instant delay is 2. Weight is 1200. 2 to 1800. Okay, well, those seem priced pretty well, except for the fact that this does almost a little over half the damage. These are saying they have only like 3 rounds, so I don't know what that's about, because I know I was able to use it more often than that. In one of my previous runs. Okay, well, we can't afford much of anything here. Let me see how much backspace to go back. Let me see how much I can get for selling one of these spare shotguns that I have. It's not too terrible. 4420. How much is that same one? The ADS M17. ADS M17. About double. Okay. Good, good. Good to know. Alright, so I need to do another mission before I do any of that. Thank you for shopping, customer. Op. Sorry, Commander. So that's cool. Done that, done that. No meeting room, no facilities. Options doesn't have much of anything, unfortunately. You have some real basic stuff, but it's, again, in early beta, very early beta. I think I showed the alpha footage of this on one of my old streams, like over a year ago, but I'm not 100% sure. I wanted to. I don't know if I ever did. So I guess go to mission. Beta backer mission. Mesa base. South Africa. Oh, here we go. I can change missions. This might just be a repeat of the one we just did. That'd be okay. Story. 20,000. Enable access. No. Cannot. Skirmish simulation invade. I don't know what any of that means right now. It's just these 2 missions available. Oh, this is probably the one we did earlier. Yeah, in New Zealand, this has got to be it. This is a new mission. So I'll try doing this one again. I guess this is how you grind. AJ Alma Kenji. Neil. Okay, so we don't have what's-her-face in yet. That's okay. Because we can only fit 4 people at once. I'll do another run of this, see if this goes reasonably well, and then I'll consider doing ready to briefing mission. Hopefully I can skip the briefing. Oh, here's the briefing that they should have showed us before. Yeah, this is... It's not a Gatling gun, but okay. Alrighty, we're leaving now. Haha, action pose. So for whoever's watching, we're gonna go and replay that first mission again, only now we have a more color-coded team, I guess. That's basically it. Everything else will be pretty much the same, and the strategies... Oh, we're gonna do that. Oh, I can't skip this? Oh, no. Well, you get to watch this now. Have fun with that. Remember, kids, the journey of young boys and girls in the world of conflict just begins. It doesn't ever really end, it just begins. Spontaneously. Alright, I'm gonna mash through the text. It's mostly incoherent anyway. So, actually, I should have tried hitting backspace. I never did that. That might skip it. Nope. 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 We're just gonna mash text. Everything's green now. Everything's opening now. It is on, I believe, Unreal Engine 4. Oh yeah, we're gonna trudge out there and we're gonna shoot them with our shooters. Go bang, bang, bang. Bip, 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 bip. Loud noises. Really loud noises. Damn, they need to add audio options. Real bad. Okay, so we got all our 4 characters. So I think there was some sort of a weird save overflow that occurred, and this guy was somehow added to the team for some reason. The first time I went through, which on this stream, which isn't supposed to happen. You're supposed to only have 3 characters until the very, very end, and it is quite tricky as a result. I'm gonna go just punch this thing. I still have a normal punch. Yeah, you better shoot me. Gonna get you. I need more GP. Get out. Need more GP for that. Get out. That wasn't smart. Well, this is awkward. Well, there you go. You shouldn't have done it. Did I actually hurt this thing? So this is off to a bad start. This is not off to an ideal start. I'm gonna use you to... No gauge. Oh, it's really expensive. Well, that's pointless. Oh, I'll find out what this does. Yeah, it's just literally a superior version of the regular strike. Okay. Just hits harder, more accurate, and please let me pick these up. Thank you. I don't know what the 93% is about. I assume that's relevant somewhere along the line. I'm going to use that as my fragile target that I'll take out on one turn. Got him. Is this when they warp in? Yeah, this is when they warp them in. Funk. More of same. So they send in some missiles, and we say, how about no? I don't like missiles. I like hittles. Alright, then there's you. I'm gonna use you to shoot the one that's over there. Yeah, that is what I will do. Don't hit my ally, don't hit my ally, don't hit my ally, yay! I would have preferred that you had died. Swoosh. Oh. I'm gonna move myself forward here. I don't even know why I have a knife equipped. I can't remember. I'm sure there was a perfectly intelligent reason for that. Did any of that hit? 15 damage? Yeah, not really, no. I have the defensive skills, but for some reason I can't use them. I wonder why. It could be a gauge-related thing. Could be. Okay, let's move you forward. I'm going to scoot you. I'll see if I can do it again. That'd be great if I could. Yeah, here we go. Shoot me, dude. Do it. Ah! Ah! Oh, that pinged off of me. I do not approve. No. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Let's see. There we go. That only took out his armor. I'll have someone else shoot that. I'll have you take something out. How about that? Boom. It did. Nice, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna have him cover. I'm gonna have this guy here boost down as far as I can make it go. Which isn't all that far. And that is largely to get him into position for this in case they don't decide to teleport him to where I want him to be. And now we are going to select you. We are going to end turn. Turn end. And then It's gonna shoot at somebody. Hopefully the guy behind the pole. Because it'll... No, of course not. You're gonna shoot at his... Shoot at him and do basically nothing. This is also fine. And now we are going to kill that thing with you, I think. There we go. And now we move on to the second phase of the fight, which is the hard part. Hopefully we will take care of it as effectively and quickly and painlessly as we did the first time around. Well, I say first, it was my like 6th time running through the fight. I'm very confusing. Yes, you are. Alright, so it looks like it moved our initial story characters. If I could skip these cutscenes, I would. And I want to shoot one of the missile turrets, because if they manage to hit me, I'm going to be in a lot of hurt. There we go. It did. I just wanted to make sure it was toast. I'm going to set them to defensive. I'm going to have shoot this missile turret here. Did I get it? I got it. Cool. And while I'm at it, I'm gonna take you out too. And while I'm really at it, yes, yes, give me these now. Refill my gauge. Please lock on, thank you. I'm gonna shoot mini missiles at this guy and hope that some of them actually connect. Ha ha! You took damage. We're gonna do this. Counter skills, stand by. Shoot, here comes the tricky part where I kind of need to bait him out. I know what I'll do. I'll use you to bait him. I'm not going to worry too much about getting a decent punch in on him, though. Goodness knows I'd like to. So what we're going to do is we're going to move over to here. We're still pretty speedy, that's nice. Go, ah! So he might still dodge me. Ah, I ran out of gauge because I'm smart. Ow! It burns! We're gonna do the missile launching mojo that we did before. Which appears to be working rather more or less. I'm gonna set this to counter, hopefully. He'll attack me and maybe shoot that. Okay, you're gonna shoot him. That's kind of uncool, but alright, guy. No? Nothing happened. Is it gonna spin to win? Yes! Yes, shoot! Yes! Ah, no. It burns. Okay. Um, it keeps running away from my punchy guy, and I'm not super happy about that. I am not gonna do that. Counter skill. So we now have to get you into the action somehow. Oh, it actually costs the same as the, that's interesting. I'm gonna try baiting him out. Evidently not. Did he not shoot it? I don't know. Hopefully he'll stay nearby. Probably not. So this shotgun thing takes up more, this double shot for shotguns takes up more gauge than I actually have available, so I gotta find some way to remedying that. That's not good. Well, I got the sentry. Okay, phase 2. Switch to my missile counter. God knows how that's gonna work. I'm gonna scoot away from him. That's less than ideal. That's even less than ideal. I don't have gauge for anything. Okay, well, set this to defensive and hope for the best. And we'll see what he do. He's gonna thwack something with big, sharp, pointy objects. He's gonna thwack him. That could have been a lot worse, actually. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now is I am going to bait him, her, it, which is a little tricky. Actually, I can get one good thwack in. There we go, without having to bait too hard. What I am gonna do though, how much walking distance do I have? Not much. I'm gonna just cover. So when I'm attacking him now, things are probably going to be a little hairy, or I have to be a bit conscientious anyway, of it trying to dodge me. Okay, I can't do that. Breaking armor is good. Oh, I don't have ammo. Oh, okay. Oh, but I can shoot him. He'll dodge out of the way. Juggernaut. I'm okay with this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bait him. out a little further away from my other guys. Like this. There, see? No, I don't want to in-turn. I want to actually shoot him. Right in the groin. That's pretty substantial. I set this to defensive skill and hope that they try to get up in my face so I can shoot them with my shooters. I don't know what I've got in terms of... Oh, I only have the 3 shots, okay. Well, they're still the most effective thing I've got at the moment. That's the dodging I was talking about. It's really annoying, and I wish they wouldn't do it. What I might be able to do is bait those out by using... because I've got a lot more AP now. Alright, what you gonna do? Gonna melee this guy again. I see. That was not especially effective. That is good. So that means I get to do this. Punch. Oof, substantial meaty punch. There we go, and now that's basically the mission. Cutscene stuff, loud noises. Very loud noises. If you're wearing headphones... If you're wearing headphones, I'm sorry. Boom, boom, boom. Not a single one of those hit. Boom, boom. Jumpy. Choreography. Oh man, if it resets this guy's level, I will be pretty upset though. Hit or okay. Choreography. Extra SMG, that's not so bad. Got a bunch of credits for it too. It's supposed to be like a 10k credit mission, but I got like double that. Also 700 duel points? I don't know what that's about. Well, Neil leveled up. AJ leveled up. I got a golden narwhal emblem. I don't know what that means. But I got one. Shrug. Alright, with that though, I am pretty much going to have to call it for now. And I have some grinding for that in my future, I guess. Oh jeez, more of this. Ugh. No cutscene skipping. Why? You're killing me. You're killing me. Trying to get through this as quickly as I can. Mashing that left click. I love the mechanical designs. They're classy and distinct. They feel very much like Wanzers from Front Mission, which is a good thing. With kind of a maybe an armored quarry bent. They don't really look very Kawamori. They do not look like Shoji Kawamori's work, which is not a diss by any means. I'm gonna save. I thought I was going to save. Save. Let's save to slot 1. So I don't know what the golden narwhal emblem is. I don't think they have... They don't explain diddly, unfortunately. There's very little that is explained particularly well, or badly. There's just not much explained. I got some dual points, but I certainly didn't get 700. Has 4, he has 10 because he leveled up. Yeah, my main barrier right now is generator power, so I might invest in getting, for whatever grind I wind up doing, will be for additional generators. Go to the shop and see what options there are. Backpack parts. So generator, what's the highest I can... Okay, 2600. Let's go all the way down to the bottom. 5,000 generator, 6,500 generator, but no dual drive rate, whatever dual drive rate is. 9,500, that's the one I think we want to invest in. That'll take like 3 runs per, I guess, to get. Sensor is 70. Is there any sensor on this one? There's 40 sensor on that. That's definitely what we want to go for, because that has the generator power that we can actually use. Anything better than that? No. Like, I'm stuck on having things that are like 2,500, and I can barely get an attack off. Or I can get like 2 basic attacks off. Whereas with a 900 generator, heck with it, I'm going to just buy one. Hell with it. Info. Oh, there we go. We can see a zoomed in view. But it consumes a lot of energy. Strafen cylinder back. Contained large amount of detecting sensors. Larger twin energy cells for highest operation time, but suffering with highest weight. It is quite heavy. So it'll make you slower, but you have a ton of generator to make up for it. And that's like... Wait, energy usage per skill? What does that mean? See, now we have descriptions. Attack power, nearest attack range, max. Yeah, none of those are going to be relevant. Values support critical hits. Interesting though, it said it had like a higher sensor value. Let's check the info on this one. What does it say here? Heavy backpack for heavy weapons attachment. Disable thrusters for special radar device. Highly performance is the point. It is a pretty classy backpack though. Weight is pretty heavy. So yeah, I'm gonna just buy one of these and call it. I don't care that it's absurdly expensive. I want somebody who can basically get out there and go nuts. Let's go and equip that on somebody. My gut, it says to equip it to this guy. Because he's probably my strongest pilot at the moment. Not seeing stats change right now? There we go. 10,000 generator. Too heavy. If you say so. Oh, I like the look of that though. Look at that. That's a backpack. Got a sensor package up top. It's got giant shoot me here fuel cylinders. Yeah, yeah. This truly is what dreams are made of. I still have a giant solid crotch unit. This seems more important than maybe it otherwise should. Uh, oh, actually, because I've got a bunch of points, let me see if I can find like a... Oh, that's also what I want to do. Info and upgrade, there we go. What does this do? Ah, it boosts my energy output. Look at that, it goes way up there. You know, the 50,000 range. But it costs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1.75 million. No, 17,500,100. 501,750. That is expensive. Can I even upgrade that once? Which would put like another 2,000 something energy in there, which is pretty good. But no, it costs 34,000 to do that. Still, not bad. Not bad. I think the backpack the Sidewinder had is better than what I've got on right now. Yeah, it is. It doesn't have any sensor though, which is kind of dodgy. So maybe not then. Customize backpack. There's 2725 sensor. How about you? What do you have for a backpack? Customize. You have one of these, I think? Yeah, 1500. So this will boost his energy by a lot, which is good, but it's also a lot heavier. And it removes, well, he doesn't really need sensor if he's going to do the melee, so we'll make it work. We'll make it work. Alright, well I got a scoot anyway. It has been a pleasure. I do try to do these every week, every Monday. I try to do a Mecha-Monday stream. The last couple weeks, last month basically, has been a complete wash because my work schedule has cranked way up. Hopefully I'll be able to do another one of these next Monday, but we'll see. Um, my brain just died. I also will try to have a Warframe Wednesday stream every Wednesday, but lately, again, I haven't been able to do that. What I have managed to do most weeks is a Storytime Saturday stream where I basically read short stories, or indeed full novels aloud. I am like most of the way. My last several have been reading short stories from William Gibson's Burning Chrome. So if you have an interest in William Gibson in general, or early cyberpunk in particular, I highly recommend checking those out on my YouTube channel, which I should have posted in the stream description. Um, yeah, hopefully this coming Saturday I'll be able to do the last two stories in that, which are Dogfight and the titular Burning Chrome story, in one go. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. If you did tune in, if you didn't tune in, well, hopefully you're watching this on the YouTube and you care. If you're not doing either of those or you dislike my content, that's fine. You're allowed. I'm not going to tell you that I've got the best giant robot content on the web because I probably don't. Though I might, for all I know. Um, in about, what, 10 days, Gundam Extreme versus Max Boost On is coming out, and I have a capture card ready for that. So I'll be showing off a bunch of how terrible I am at fast-paced arena action games. That'll be fun. That won't be embarrassing in the slightest. All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day and stay safe out there. Stay cool. It's hot like everywhere. It's absolutely ridiculously hot, absolutely everywhere. Um, Even if it's breezy out like it is where I am, it's hot and humid. It's like being punched in the gut. Like you try to breathe in and you're like, I can't breathe. It is so humid. Okay, folks, have a good one. Hope you enjoyed. If you didn't enjoy, I'm sorry. If you have any mecha related game requests that you'd like to see that are from like the last couple generations and today, uh, shoot me a line somewhere. I don't know how I'll see the line, but shoot me one anyway. I'll try, like, if you do it on the YouTube video, great. Hopefully, I'll see that. I don't check my Facebook very often, so if I don't see it for like a month, I apologize. But if you have uh, requests, I guess I'd be willing to try that if I have time. All right, thanks again. Have a good one and enjoy.